Hello everyone, and welcome to my video, where I rank every Hunger Games character based on their Boggs. Boggs is the second in command of President Coin and the leader of Squad 451. He acts as Katniss's bodyguard after she agrees to embody the Mockingjay. Boggs is a true soldier, brave and confident in his skills of combat. He is also an excellent leader, as he can function efficiently as President Coin's second in command, as well as the leader of Squad 451. He leads the rebels in various missions, such as rescuing the captured victors from the capital, taking over the Nut in District 2, and infiltrating the capital's streets. He is loyal to the cause of the rebellion and does not compromise on his honor and dignity. But Boggs is not a genius or a very intelligent character. He does not have any exceptional talents or abilities that set him apart from other soldiers or leaders. He is not very creative or innovative in his strategies or tactics. He mostly follows the orders and plans given by President Coin or Plutarch Heavensby. He does not question or challenge their authority or motives, even when they are questionable or suspicious. He is also not very good at reading people or situations. He trusts Katniss, but he does not realize that she has her own agenda, and that she is not fully on board with Coin's vision. He also fails to notice the signs of Peeta's hijacking, and the danger he poses to Katniss and the squad. Therefore, I think Boggs is a somewhat intelligent character. He is competent and reliable, but not outstanding or remarkable. He does his job well, but he does not go beyond his role or expectations. He is a good soldier and a good leader, but not a great one. Next, Marvel. Marvel is the male tribute from District 1 and one of the career pack. He is strong and skilled with spears, but he is also very dumb. He does not have any strategy or creativity in the games. He just follows the orders of Cato and Clove, who are smarter and more ruthless than him. He does not question or challenge their decisions, even when they are wrong or risky. He is also easily fooled and manipulated by other tributes, such as when Katniss tricked him and then shot him with an arrow. He is not very aware of his surroundings or the dangers he faces. He is overconfident and arrogant, and he does not learn from his mistakes. He is a typical career tribute who relies on his brute force and weapons, but lacks intelligence and cunning. Dumb tier. Clove. Clove is the female tribute from District 2 and one of the career pack. She is very skilled with knives and can throw them with deadly accuracy. She is also very sadistic and enjoys killing and torturing other tributes. She is loyal to Cato, her district partner, and works well with him as a team. She is also good at taunting and provoking her enemies, such as when she mocked Katniss about Rue's death. However, Clove is not very smart or strategic in the games. She does not have a clear plan or goal, other than killing as many tributes as possible. She is also reckless and impulsive, and does not think before she acts. She often lets her emotions get the better of her, such as when she gloated over Katniss and left herself vulnerable to Thresh's attack. She is also not very good at adapting to changing situations or dealing with unexpected challenges. She is a fierce and formidable tribute, but not a very intelligent one. She is somewhat intelligent, but not a genius. We doing good so far. Next, Glimmer. Glimmer is the female tribute from District 1 in the 74th Hunger Games. She is described as tall, blonde, and beautiful, and is part of the career pack. She is also one of the most incompetent and foolish characters in the book, and here are some reasons why. First of all, Glimmer has no skills or talents that make her stand out as a tribute. She is not good at any weapon, especially the bow and arrow, which she tries to use against Katniss. In the book, Katniss says that it is immediately evident that she is incompetent with a bow. Also has no survival skills, as she relies on the other careers to provide food and shelter for her. Glimmer is arrogant and overconfident, which makes her underestimate her opponents and make stupid decisions. She thinks that she is superior to the other tributes because of her appearance and her district. She does not bother to learn the names or skills of the other tributes, and calls them by derogatory nicknames, such as Loverboy for Peeta and Fire Girl for Katniss. She also ignores the advice of her mentor, who tells her to avoid the Tracker Jackers, a genetically modified wasp that can cause hallucinations and death. She decides to climb the tree where Katniss is hiding and tries to get the bow and arrow from the nest. This proves to be a fatal mistake, as Katniss cuts the branch and drops the nest on the careers, killing Glimmer and another tribute. Dumb tier. Next, Rue. Rue is the 12-year-old female tribute from District 11 and one of the youngest competitors in the games. She is somewhat intelligent, but not a genius. She is very agile and stealthy, and can move through the trees without making a sound. She is also very good at using her slingshot and her knowledge of plants and animals to survive. She is loyal and kind, and forms a friendship with Katniss, who reminds her of her sister. She is also good at singing and communicating with the Mockingjays, who are her special friends. However, Rue is not very strong or skilled in combat. She does not have a clear plan or goal, other than staying alive and helping Katniss. She is also naive and trusting, and does not realize that the other tributes are hunting her down. She is a sweet and innocent child, but not a very smart or experienced one. Next is Gale. Gale is Katniss's best friend and hunting partner from District 12. He is average in intelligence, but not a genius. He is strong and brave, and he cares deeply for his family and friends. He is also very angry and rebellious against the capital, and he supports the idea of a revolution. He is good at making traps and snares, and he helps design some weapons for the rebels. However, Gale is not very strategic or creative in the games. He does not have a clear plan or goal, other than destroying the capital. He is also reckless and impulsive, and he does not think about the consequences of his actions. He often lets his emotions get the better of him. He is also not very good at understanding people or situations. He does not realize that Katniss has feelings for Peeta, and that she is not fully on board with his violent methods. He is a loyal and courageous friend, but not a very intelligent one. Cressida. Cressida is a film director from the capital who joined the rebellion along with her camera crew. She is very skilled at making propaganda videos for the rebels, and she follows Katniss throughout her journeys in the war. She is also very fearless and adventurous, and she does not mind the poor living conditions or the dangers of the battlefield. She is loyal to the cause of the rebellion, and she believes in Katniss as the Mockingjay. She is also good at adapting to changing situations and dealing with unexpected challenges. She manages to survive the attack on the Nut, the bombing of District 13, and the invasion of the capital. She is also good at communicating and collaborating with her team, especially with Pollux, who lost his tongue. Her methods might be questionable, but she surely was intelligent. Effie. Effie Trinket is the escort for the District 12 tributes, and she accompanies them to the capital. She is average in intelligence, but not a genius. She is very concerned with appearances and etiquette, and she speaks with the affected capital accent. She is also very optimistic and cheerful, and she tries to lighten the mood with her comments. She is loyal to her job and her tributes, and she grows to care personally for Katniss and Peeta. However, Effie is not very smart or aware of the reality of the games or the political system. She does not question or challenge the capital's rules or motives, even when they are cruel or unfair. She is also naive and trusting, and she does not realize that the capital is hunting her down. She is also not very good at surviving or fighting in the war. She is captured by the rebels and kept in District 13, where she struggles to adapt to the strict and dull lifestyle. Average tier. Haymitch. Haymitch is the only living victor from District 12 and the mentor of Katniss and Peeta. He is intelligent, but not a genius. He won the 50th Hunger Games, the second quarter quell, by using his cunning and wit to outsmart the other tributes. He used a knife as his weapon, and he formed a brief alliance with Maisily Donner, the female tribute from his district. He also discovered the secret of the arena. It was shaped like a clock, with each hour bringing a different deadly hazard. He used this knowledge to his advantage, and he killed the last tribute from District 1 by bouncing his knife off the force field that surrounded the arena. However, Haymitch paid a heavy price for his victory. President Snow had his mother, brother, and girlfriend killed as punishment for his defiance of the capital. He also suffered from severe PTSD and alcoholism, and he became bitter and cynical. He was a reluctant and harsh mentor, but he also cared for his tributes and helped them survive. He was also involved in the rebellion, and he secretly worked with District 13 and other victors to overthrow the capital. Cinna. Cinna is Katniss's stylist for the games, and he becomes her friend and confidant. He is intelligent, but not a genius. He is very skilled at creating stunning and symbolic outfits for Katniss, earning her the nickname, the Girl on Fire. He also helps her project an image of courage and defiance to the capital and the districts. He designs her wedding dress, which transforms into a Mockingjay costume, revealing her as the symbol of the rebellion. He also makes her a special suit and a Mockingjay pin for the 75th Hunger Games, the third quarter quell. He is fearless and rebellious, and he does not care about the consequences of his actions. He is loyal to Katniss and the cause of the rebellion, and he believes in her as the Mockingjay. However, Cinna is brutally beaten and killed by the capital's peacekeepers before the start of the 75th Hunger Games, as a way of punishing and intimidating Katniss. Sad ending for his journey. Now time for Foxface. Foxface is the female tribute from District 5 in the 74th Hunger Games. I'm not gonna lie when I say she is a genius, but not a very strong or skilled fighter. She survives by using her stealth, speed, and intelligence to avoid the other tributes and to steal food and supplies from them. She is also very good at identifying and using various plants in the arena. She is nicknamed Foxface by Katniss, who admires her cleverness and agility. She is one of the few tributes who does not kill anyone in the games, and she makes it to the final four. However, she dies by accidentally eating poisonous berries that Peeta had collected, thinking they were safe. Genius. Time for Peeta. He is somewhat intelligent, but not a genius. He is strong and brave, and he cares deeply for his family and friends. He is also very charming and a good public speaker. Peeta has a way with words, which is why President Coin wanted to rescue him instead of Katniss after the third quarter quell. Peeta uses his intelligence to survive and help Katniss in the games. He is good at camouflage, as he can paint himself to blend in with the environment. He is also good at lying, as he can deceive the careers and the capital about his true intentions. He is loyal and kind, and he forms a bond with Katniss, who he has loved since childhood. He is also good at manipulating the audience, as he can make them sympathize with him and Katniss by playing the star-crossed lovers angle. But Peeta is not very smart or strategic in the games. He does not have a clear plan or goal, other than protecting Katniss. He is also reckless and impulsive, and he does not think about the consequences of his actions. He often puts himself in danger, such as when he volunteers for Haymitch in the 75th Games, or when he runs into the force field in the arena. He is also not very good at adapting to changing situations or dealing with unexpected challenges. He is easily captured and tortured by the capital, who hijack his memories and turn him against Katniss. Therefore, I think Peeta is a somewhat intelligent character. He is competent and reliable, but not outstanding or remarkable. He does his job well, but he does not go beyond his role or expectations. Villain time, President Snow. President Snow is the tyrannical leader of Panem and the main antagonist of the series. He is a genius, but also a ruthless and cruel dictator. He is very skilled at ruling and controlling the country, as he has been in power for over 25 years. He is also very cunning and manipulative, as he can use his resources and allies to achieve his goals. He is feared and hated by the people of the districts, who he oppresses and exploits. He is also obsessed and threatened by Katniss, who he sees as a symbol of the rebellion. President Snow uses his intelligence to maintain and expand his power. He is good at creating and enforcing the rules, such as the Hunger Games, the Tessera system, and the propaganda. He is also good at breaking and bending the rules, such as when he changes the quarter quell, or when he poisons his enemies and rivals. He is loyal to his own interests, and he does not care about the lives or welfare of others. He is also good at playing the game, as he can anticipate and counter the moves of his opponents, such as Katniss, Plutarch, and Coin. However, President Snow is not very smart or wise in the long run. He does not have a clear vision or purpose, other than preserving his own power. He is also arrogant and overconfident, and he does not learn from his mistakes. He often underestimates and provokes his enemies, such as when he taunts and tortures Katniss, or when he bombs the children and medics in the capital. He is also not very good at trusting or inspiring his people, as he relies on fear and violence to keep them in line. He is a brilliant and formidable leader, but also a terrible and hated one. Another wannabe president. President Coin is the leader of District 13 and the rebellion against the capital. She is very skilled at organizing and commanding the rebel forces, and she uses propaganda and deception to achieve her goals. She is also very ambitious and ruthless, and she does not care about the lives or welfare of others. She is loyal to her own interests, and she wants to become the new president of Panem. However, President Coin is not very smart or wise in the long run. She does not have a clear vision or purpose, other than preserving her own power. She is also arrogant and overconfident, and she does not learn from her mistakes. She often underestimates and provokes her enemies, such as Katniss and Snow. She is also not very good at trusting or inspiring her people, as she relies on fear and violence to keep them in line. She is somewhat intelligent, but not a genius. Prim Everdeen. Prim Everdeen is Katniss's younger sister and a healer. She is somewhat intelligent, but not a genius. She is very agile and stealthy, and she can move through the trees without making a sound. She is also very good at using her slingshot and her knowledge of plants and animals to survive. However, Prim is not very strong or skilled in combat. She does not have a clear plan or goal, other than staying alive and helping Katniss. She is also naive and trusting, and she does not realize that the other tributes are hunting her down. She is a sweet and innocent child, but not a very smart or experienced one. Brutus. Brutus is one of the few people who volunteered for the third quarter quell, which means he was eager to go back to the arena and kill more people. He has a brutish bloodlust, and therefore forms an essential member of the career pack, the group of tributes who team up to hunt down the others. He is one of the primary antagonists of Katniss Everdeen and the Rebel Alliance in the arena. Now, you might think that being a career tribute and a victor means that Brutus is smart and skilled, but that's not the case. Brutus is very arrogant and overconfident. He thinks that he is the best fighter and the most likely to win the games. He doesn't respect his opponents or his allies, and he often acts impulsively and recklessly. He doesn't have a strategy or a plan. He just relies on his brute strength and his spear. He doesn't learn from his mistakes or adapt to the changing circumstances. So, as you can see, Brutus is not a smart character. He is a dumb character who makes dumb decisions and meets a dumb end. Next, Finnick. He is popular and charismatic victors in Panem history. He won the 65th Hunger Games at the age of 14, making him one of the youngest victors ever. He is also a skilled fighter, who uses a trident and a net as his weapons of choice. But Finnick is not just a pretty face and a strong body. He is also a very smart and cunning character, who proves himself to be a valuable ally and a formidable enemy in the arena and beyond. Let me give you some examples. First of all, Finnick is very good at manipulating people and situations to his advantage. He knows how to use his charm and his fame to get what he wants, whether it is secrets, gifts, or allies. He also knows how to play with people's emotions and expectations, such as when he pretends to be in love with Katniss, or when he reveals the truth about President Snow's corruption and tyranny on live television. He is always one step ahead of his opponents, and he never lets them see his true intentions. Secondly, Finnick is very loyal and protective of his friends and loved ones. He is deeply in love with Annie Cresta, another victor from District 4, who suffers from mental trauma after her games. He does everything he can to keep her safe and happy, even if it means sacrificing his own dignity and happiness. He is also a faithful friend to Katniss, Peeta, and the other rebels, who he helps and supports throughout the series. He is willing to risk his life for them, and he never betrays them. Intelligent tier for sure, in my opinion. Next, Annie. Annie Cresta is the female tribute from District 4 and the victor of the 70th Hunger Games. She is average in intelligence, but not a genius. She is very agile and stealthy, and she can move through the water without making a sound. She is also very good at using her slingshot and her knowledge of plants and animals to survive. She is loyal and kind, and she forms a friendship with Finnick, who she loves and marries. Annie is not very strong or skilled in combat. She does not have a clear plan or goal other than staying alive and helping Finnick. She is also naive and trusting, and she does not realize that the other tributes are hunting her down. She is also mentally unstable, as she witnessed her district partner being beheaded during her games. She often covers her eyes and ears, laughs at unusual times, and falls into a stupor. I think Annie is an average character. She is sweet and innocent, but not very smart or experienced. She does her best, but she does not excel or impress. She is a gentle and loving wife, but not a very intelligent one. Mags. Mags is the female tribute from District 4 and the victor of the 11th Hunger Games. She is average in intelligence, but not a genius. She is very strong and brave, and she cares deeply for her family and friends. She is also very skilled at making fish hooks and other natural tools to survive. She is loyal and kind, and she forms a bond with Finnick, who she mentored and raised. She is also good at adapting to different environments, as she lived through the first ever quarter quell. Mags is not very smart or strategic in the games. She does not have a clear plan or goal other than supporting Finnick and Katniss. She is also old and frail, and she does not have any weapons or allies. She is also unable to speak, as she lost her ability to talk due to old age or a stroke. I think Mags is an average character. She is competent and reliable, but not outstanding or remarkable. Next, Kashmir. Kashmir is a career tribute from District 1 who won the 64th Hunger Games and volunteered for the 75th Hunger Games. She is somewhat intelligent because she knows how to use her charm and beauty to manipulate others, such as the capital audience and her fellow tributes. She also has some skills in combat and survival, as she was trained since childhood to compete in the games. However, she is not very strategic or adaptable, as she relies on her brother Gloss and the other careers to protect her. She is also easily angered and provoked, which makes her lose focus and make mistakes. She is killed by Johanna Mason, who throws an axe at her neck. Enobaria. Enobaria is another career tribute from District 2, who won the 62nd Hunger Games and participated in the 75th Hunger Games. She is average in intelligence because she has a fierce and ruthless personality, which helps her intimidate and eliminate her opponents. She also has a unique weapon of choice, her teeth, which she sharpened and coated with gold to make them more deadly. She is skilled in hand-to-hand combat and hunting, as well as loyal to her allies. However, she is not very creative or innovative, as she does not use any other weapons or strategies besides her teeth. She is also not very empathetic or compassionate, as she does not care about the suffering of others. She survives the 75th Hunger Games, but is captured by the capital and later joins the rebel forces. Average tier. Gloss. Gloss is Kashmir's brother and another career tribute from District 1, who won the 63rd Hunger Games and volunteered for the 75th Hunger Games. He is somewhat intelligent because he is strong and agile, as well as proficient in using a variety of weapons, such as knives, spears, and bows. He also has a charismatic and friendly demeanor, which helps him gain sponsors and allies. He is protective of his sister and works well with the other careers. However, he is not very cunning or resourceful, as he does not have much experience in surviving outside of the arena. He is also overconfident and reckless, which makes him underestimate his enemies. He is killed by Katniss Everdeen, who shoots him in the temple with an arrow. Let's continue with BT. BT is a tribute from District 3, who won the 48th Hunger Games and participated in the 75th Hunger Games. He is a genius because he is an expert in electronics, engineering, and inventing. He can create various devices and weapons using the materials available in the arena, such as wire, explosives, and magnets. He also has a brilliant mind for strategy and logic, as he devises a plan to electrocute 2 tributes and destroy the force field of the arena. He is one of the few tributes who understands the clock-like structure of the arena and how to use it to his advantage. He survives the 75th Hunger Games. That was a good feat. Kato. Kato is a career tribute from District 2 who participated in the 74th Hunger Games. He is dumb because he relies on his brute strength and aggression to win the games, rather than his intelligence or skills. He is arrogant and cruel, as he kills many tributes without mercy or remorse. He is also easily manipulated and controlled by the game makers, who use his emotions and fears against him. He is not very aware of his surroundings or the dangers of the arena, as he falls into a trap set by Katniss and Peeta, and is attacked by a pack of mutations. He is the last tribute to die in the 74th Hunger Games, after suffering a long and painful death. Katniss Everdeen. Yup, the protagonist. Physically, Katniss is adept at hunting, archery, stealth, and survival. She learned these skills from her father, who taught her how to hunt and trap animals in the woods outside District 12. She also honed these skills by participating in 2 Hunger Games, where she had to fight against other tributes and the harsh environment of the arena. She is able to use her bow and arrow as her signature weapon, as well as other tools and weapons she finds or creates. She is also agile, fast, and resilient, able to endure injuries, hunger, and fatigue. Mentally, Katniss is clever, resourceful, and adaptable. She can think quickly and creatively in difficult situations, such as when she threatened to eat the poisonous nightlock berries with Peeta to force the game makers to declare them both as victors too. She can also improvise and use the materials available to her advantage, such as when she used a wire and a lightning strike to destroy the force field of the arena in the 75th Hunger Games 3. She is also able to learn new skills and information, such as how to use a trident from Finnick, how to decipher the clock-like structure of the arena from Beatty, and how to make propaganda videos for the rebellion from Haymitch. She becomes the symbol of the rebellion, the Mockingjay, and inspires others to join the fight for freedom. Strategically, Katniss is aware, observant, and influential. She understands the political and social dynamics of Panem, and how the capital uses the Hunger Games to control and oppress the districts. She also notices the details and clues that hint at the plans and motives of others, such as the Mockingjay pin from Madge, the bread from District 11, and the rescue mission from Plutarch. She is also able to influence the opinions and emotions of others, such as the capital audience, the sponsors, the other tributes, and the rebels. She uses her words, actions, and appearance to manipulate, persuade, and inspire them. She definitely deserves intelligent tier. Wyress. Wyress is one of the smartest tributes in the Quarter Quell. She is able to figure out the arena's clock-like design and communicate it to Katniss and the others using the phrase tick-tock. She also helps BT devise a plan to electrocute the careers using a wire and a lightning tree. Wyress is a master of logic and problem-solving, but she lacks social skills and emotional stability. Caesar. Caesar is the charismatic host of the Hunger Games interviews. He is skilled at entertaining the audience and making the tributes look good. He is also able to adapt to changing situations and improvise his questions. However, Caesar is not very insightful or critical. He blindly follows the capital's propaganda and does not question the morality of the games. He is also easily manipulated by President Snow and Plutarch Heavensbee. Johanna Mason, intelligent. Johanna Mason is a cunning and ruthless tribute from District 7. She won her first Hunger Games by pretending to be weak and helpless, then killing off the remaining competitors. She is also able to survive the Quarter Quell by allying with Katniss and the rebels. Johanna is a master of deception and strategy, but she also has a strong sense of justice and loyalty. She is not afraid to speak her mind and defy the capital. Plutarch Heavensbee, genius. Plutarch Heavensbee is the head game maker of the Quarter Quell and the leader of the rebellion. He is able to fool President Snow and the capital by designing the arena as a means of escape for Katniss and the other rebels. He also orchestrates the entire war against the capital, using his knowledge of politics, technology, and psychology. Plutarch is a visionary and a revolutionary, but he also has a dark side. He is willing to sacrifice innocent lives and manipulate Katniss for his own agenda. Love this character. Thresh. Thresh is a strong and honorable tribute from District 11. He is able to survive the Hunger Games by staying away from the other tributes and relying on his physical abilities. He also shows compassion and gratitude to Katniss by sparing her life after she helped Rue, his district partner. Thresh is a decent and noble person, but he is not very creative or innovative. He does not have a clear plan or strategy for winning the games, and he is eventually killed by Cato. Finally, we are done. Do you think I made wrong judgment anywhere in the video? Let me in the comments, and would you like to see more videos like this? If you do, I'll make more. Finally, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a nice day.